Up in the snowy North Pole, Santa's workshop buzzed with excitement. The sound of cheerful carols filled the air as elves worked tirelessly, wrapping gifts and tying bows. Santa Claus, seated in his big wooden chair, was checking his long list of children who had been good this year. Suddenly he stopped and scratched his head. "Frostyville!" he exclaimed. "I almost forgot Frostyville. We must make a special trip just for them." His favorite elf, Jingles, smiled brightly and said, "Don't worry, Santa. We'll pack the sleigh with extra Christmas magic." Santa chuckled and patted Jingles on the shoulder. "Let's make this Christmas one to remember." The sleigh bells jingled as Santa and his reindeer soared into the night sky. The world below glittered like a winter wonderland, with towns twinkling in the distance and snow blanketing the earth. But as they neared Frostyville, the winds began to howl. Snowflakes swirled furiously, making it hard to see. "Santa," called Rudolph, his glowing nose barely piercing the storm, "the wind is too strong." Santa held the reins tightly and called out, "We can do this, team, just a little further." With Rudolph's glowing nose leading the way, they pushed through the storm and landed safely in Frostyville's town square. As Santa stepped out of the sleigh, he reached for his magic sack of toys, but when he opened it, his heart sank. It was completely empty. Santa scratched his head trying to think of a solution. Just then Mr. Flurry, Frostyville's cheerful snowman mayor, waddled over. "Santa, don't look so worried," he said with a jolly laugh. "In Frostyville, we know the best gifts come from the heart. Let's work together to make something magical for the children." Santa's face lit up with an idea. "You're right, Mr. Flurry. Let's create a Christmas surprise they'll never forget." The town square came alive as Santa and the people of Frostyville worked side by side. Together they strung lights across the square, built the biggest Christmas tree Frostyville had ever seen, and decorated it with ornaments made from candy canes and sparkling icicles. Santa added his own touch by baking warm gingerbread cookies and setting up tiny houses filled with treats. Finally, Santa waved his hands and a sprinkle of magic filled the air. The Christmas tree glowed with rainbow-colored lights. Snowflakes that sparkled like stars fell from the sky, and a soft, sweet melody filled Frostyville with warmth. When the children of Frostyville woke up, they rushed outside and gasped in awe. The town square had been transformed into a glittering winter wonderland. A gigantic Christmas tree stood proudly in the center, surrounded by twinkling lights and delicious treats. The children laughed and played in the snow while the grown-ups admired the magical transformation. Santa greeted each child with a hug, saying, "Remember, my little friends, Christmas isn't just about presents. It's about the love and joy we share with one another." The children nodded, their hearts filled with happiness and holiday cheer. As the first rays of sunlight touched Frostyville, Santa climbed back into his sleigh. The reindeer pawed at the snow, ready to take off. "Thank you, Frostyville, for reminding me of the true spirit of Christmas," Santa said with a smile. The townsfolk waved and cheered as the sleigh rose into the sky with a hearty ho, ho, ho. Santa and his reindeer disappeared into the horizon, leaving behind a town filled with love, laughter, and the unforgettable magic of Christmas. And from that day forward, Frostyville was known as the town that shared the most magical Christmas with Santa. Its lights, joy, and love shone brightly in the hearts of everyone who heard their story,